Eriya.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The ProMuscle Italy Pro 2025 has just wrapped up, and what a massive show it was. A total of 24 bodybuilders from around the world competed, making this one of the most exciting lineups of the season. Out of those 24 athletes, 9 placed outside of the top 15, while the remaining 15 battled it out for the higher spots. In this video, we're going to break down the complete top 15 results one by one and talk about how each athlete performed. So let's get straight into it. At 15th place, we have Luka Makic from Austria. Just last month, Luka won his IFBB Pro card at the Austrian Oak Pro Show. This Italy Pro was his professional debut, and finishing 15th in such a stacked lineup is already a respectable achievement. Luka has a very chiseled physique with good structure, but at this stage he needs more size and improvements in overall muscle maturity to stand out. For a debut though, it's a solid start, and fans are curious to see how he develops in the coming seasons. At 14th place is Martin Hernandez from Mexico. Martin had an impressive season last year, taking third at the Legion Sports Fest Pro. However, this time in Italy, he slipped down to 14th place. He brought more size and mass to the stage this year, but unfortunately, it came at the cost of his conditioning. Without his trademark sharpness, Martin's physique didn't pop the same way it did before. If he can dial in his conditioning again, he has the potential to climb much higher. At 13th place, we have Thibaut Laugier from Belgium. This was his pro debut, stepping on the IFBB Pro stage for the very first time. Debuts are never easy, especially against such experienced competitors, but Thibaut managed to land a respectable placing. He showed good shape, structure, and potential, and with time to add more size and improve muscle detail, he could become a strong contender in future shows, a solid beginning for his professional career. At 12th place is William Martins from Brazil. Fans already know William for his big frame, round muscle bellies, and complete look. Last year at the Europa Pro, he placed 9th, and here in Italy, he finished just outside the top 10. William has the tools to move higher, but he still struggles with bringing sharper conditioning to match his size. If he manages to come in tighter, he could easily push for top 6 inches future shows. At 11th place, we have Tomáš Tabačiar from Slovakia. Tomáš usually competes in the 212 division and had a fantastic 2024 season, finishing 4th at the Romania Muscle Fest Pro and then taking 2nd at the EVL's Prague Pro. Transitioning into the open stage here in Italy was a tough test, but he showed solid density and conditioning. Despite being outsized by some of the bigger competitors, Tomáš proved that his quality muscle and sharpness can hang in the open lineup. Definitely a name to watch this year. At 10th place is Emir Omaragic from Germany. Emir had a busy start to the season, placing 7th at the Tampa Pro and then improving to 5th at the Texas Pro. Here in Italy, he managed to crack the top 10 once again. Emir has the tools, height, structure, and potential, but like many young athletes, consistency in conditioning is key. He's also set to compete at the Europa Pro, which gives him another chance to improve and push higher. At 9th place, we have Tim Budesheim, also from Germany. Tim had one of the busiest 2024 seasons, competing in almost every major show, including New York, California, Toronto, Vancouver, Chicago, and Tampa. His best finish was 2nd at the Vancouver Pro, but he still struggled to secure a win. Starting his 2025 season here in Italy with a 9th place shows that while he's consistent, he still needs that extra edge in conditioning to break into the very top tier. Tim will also compete at the Europa Pro, so he has another shot coming soon. At 8th place is Italy's own Roberto Buonamo. Roberto had a decent 2024 season, taking 9th at the Bigman Spain Pro and 11th at the Romania Muscle Fest. Here on home soil, he moved up slightly, landing in 8th place. Roberto has a nice structure, good muscle mass and conditioning, but still needs more size in certain areas to compete with the very top guys. Still, cracking the top 10 at such a stacked show is a solid achievement. At 7th place, we have Theo Leguerrier from France. Last year, Theo had a strong season, placing 3rd at the Tsunami Nutrition Pro Show and even qualifying for the Mr Olympia, where he finished 15th. After taking time off, Theo returned to the stage here in Italy but landed in 7th place. Known for his structure and balance, Theo has the tools to push higher, but like others, his conditioning wasn't razor sharp this time. Fans will also see him at the Europa Pro, where he'll aim to improve on this placing. At 6th place is Matthias Hollweck from Germany. Matthias had a very busy 2024 season, placing 4th at the EVL's Prague Pro, 7th at the Romania Muscle Fest, and 8th at the Bigman Spain Pro. Here in Italy, he started his 2025 season strong with a 6th place finish. Known for his structure, balance, and solid muscle, Matthias is always a threat when his conditioning is on point. If he can bring just a little more sharpness, he has the potential to break into the top 3 inches future shows. At 5th place, we have Lewis Breed from the UK. Lewis had a breakout 2024 season, finishing 3rd at the Europa Pro, 5th at the Tampa Pro, 4th at the Texas Pro, and 6th at the Bigman Spain Pro. This year, he begins with the 5th place in Italy, showing consistency once again. Lewis is known for his good shape and stage presence, and with a little more density, he could push for wins. He'll also compete at the Europa Pro, where fans are expecting him to challenge for the top 3. At 4th place is Sergio Oliva Jr. from the USA. Earlier this year, Sergio placed 3rd at the FIBO Championship show, finishing behind Sasan Herati and Andrew Jacked. Coming into Italy, Sergio looked solid, especially in poses like most muscular, but he still fell just short of the top 3. With his structure and legendary name, expectations are always high, and fans will also see him compete at the Europa Pro next. If he can tighten up his conditioning, Sergio could definitely place even higher. At 3rd place, we have Marc Hector from the UK. Marc didn't compete much last year, with his only showing being at the Bigman Spain Pro, where he finished 4th. Now, he returned here in Italy and immediately broke into the top 3. Marc is tall, aesthetic, and has one of the most beautiful shapes in the lineup. His matchup with Quinton Eriya is particularly exciting, as both share similar structures. This time Marc took 3rd, but he has momentum on his side heading into the Europa Pro. At runner-up, we have Quinton Beastwood Eriya from Canada. Quinton has been very active recently, finishing 2nd at the Tampa Pro and 3rd at the Texas Pro. In Italy, he once again just missed the win, landing 2nd place behind Urs. Quinton has the height, structure, and flow to be one of the best, but his conditioning hasn't quite matched up with his potential yet. With Olympia qualification on the line, Quinton will have another chance at the Europa Pro. And finally, the big story of the show. At 1st place, we have Urs Kalecinski from Germany. Known as the Miracle Bear, Urs was one of the top names in Classic Physique, placing 3rd at last year's Olympia. But since outgrowing the classic weight cap, Urs decided to move into the open division. Making his debut here in Italy, Urs shocked the bodybuilding world by beating established open competitors and winning his first show. His aesthetics, symmetry, and presentation helped him stand out, even though he still lacks the sheer size of some others. With this win, Urs has officially qualified for the 2025 Mr Olympia in Open Bodybuilding, a historic start to this new chapter of his career. Urs next week also going to compete in Europa Pro show against Quinton Eriya and Marc Hector. So there you have it, the complete top 15 results of the 2025 ProMuscle Italy Pro. This was a stacked lineup with many storylines, from Urs Kalecinski's historic open debut victory to Quinton and Marc battling for the top spots, and veterans like Sergio and Theo fighting for redemption. With the Olympia qualification period ending soon, every show matters, and Italy gave us plenty of excitement. Next up, we have the Europa Pro show, which will be another massive battle. Who do you think will win that show, and how do you see Urs doing at the Olympia this year? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.